Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America where my culture was shaped. Is that a multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and traditions of various races and ethnicities. How long has your country been practicing those customs? Well, it has a long history, around 10,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. What are traditional customs of men and women in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles. But nowadays jeans and t-shirts are more preferable. Are you comfortable with the tradition and custom of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How do people greet each other? Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend a typical Indian wedding. Alberto looked his new neighbors and knew that his life was going to get more difficult. He looked the two of them arrive. They were as big and noisy as their car, and also smelly and stupid. Alberto went to tell Mimi. Mimi is a friend who lives with him. Mimi said it was really bad, but Alberto and Mimi just have to ignore them. For a few days, Alberto and Mimi tried to ignore their new neighbors. When the neighbors went out for a walk, Alberto and Mimi didn't say hello to them. When the neighbors were in their garden, Alberto and Mimi went inside. One day, Alberto woke up from his sleep and found one of the neighbors in his garden. Alberto called Mimi, and Mimi went to call their staff to get rid of him immediately. 2 minutes later, the chief of staff Alberto and Mimi were in the garden trying to get rid of the unwelcome neighbors. The neighbors didn't say anything, but gave Alberto and Mimi's staff a dirty look. Then he returned to his garden. Over the next few days, Alberto and Mimi would often find one or both of their new neighbors walking around their own garden. It was terrible. To show their feelings, Alberto and Mimi went to their neighbor's garden at night when the neighbors were inside and broke all the flowers. The next morning, one of the neighbors came to talk to Alberto. Alberto ignored him, but he kept talking and said, "You come to our garden last night and broke all the flowers." Alberto didn't say anything, but gave his neighbors a dirty look. The neighbor said, now he is in trouble because the owner thinks he did it. Alberto is surprised that the neighbors have owners. So he goes to tell Mimi that the neighbors don't have staff but do have owners. Mimi said it wasn't a surprise and that explains everything. That's why they are so noisy, smelly and stupid. The next day, they tried to explain how to make the owner on staff, but that's not good. The neighbors don't understand. After a week, they gave up. Number 1. What did the boy like best about the zoo? The boy liked best about the zoo is the porcupines. Number 2. What did the elephant do at the zoo? The elephant threw dirt on boy and boy's mommy with his trunk. Number 3. What can we infer about the bird show? They were flying in the show and one was naughty. He did something he wasn't supposed to do. Number 4. Where did the boy see the butterflies? The boy see the butterflies inside a small building made of glass. Number 5. Retell the text. Before going to sleep, Mikey and his dad talk about the zoo. The boy liked porcupines the most. Inside the zoo, the boy looked to giraffes. The giraffes were taller than his dad. The boy also looked at the elephant. The elephant was eating. Then something happened to the elephant. The elephant pelted the boy and his mom with excrement using his trunk. The boy also fed the white ducks. The boy saw the bird show. They were flying around, but there was one naughty. He did something he shouldn't have done. After the bird show, he saw some butterflies. The butterflies was in a small building made of glass. And after talking about the zoo, Mikey slept.